Small habits can make you smarter, not overnight, but over time, just like compound interest to your brain. We will break this video into four main sections, which are what are atomic habits, why small habits make you smarter, smart habits to build intelligence, and the final one, which is very important and very commonly seen in people, how to stick with habits. Well, the first section, what are atomic habits? Let's know the real meaning. Well, I'm going to keep things very sweet and simple because I don't want you to let yourself put a lot of thinking into this video, what, why, and when. No, I will make it very simple, I repeat. So first, let's start. What are atomic habits? Well, tiny behaviors, or you can say small habits, that make you significantly smarter and better day by day. For an example, let's just take you are starting today and you are going to improve 1% every day, and by the end of the year you will be 37 times better than when you started. Moving on to the section number 2, why small habits make you smarter. Well, there are two main reasons where you can first think. The first reason is you should make your habits automatic so that they don't need a deeper thinking, they don't need a pressure to your brain, because it would automatically reduce fatigue to your brain. Well, these habits, like just as an example, turning on a switch. Do you think while turning off a switch? No, right? Why? Because your brain is trained so well that it doesn't even need to think. You can automatically do it with your conscious brain. Whereas the second reason is, if you read for 15 minutes every single day, whether it's a book or a love story or any kind of thing, or history, if you read for 15 minutes daily, all over the year, you are going to read 91 hours. It's not really a small number, right? 91 hours a year. So if you start using your habits and practice yourself, automate your habits. If you automate your habits, you're automatically going to reduce the mental pressure, the mental fatigue you will get or give to your brain, and you can now think smarter. And it's proved. We're moving on to the third section, smarter habits build intelligence. Well, why? Because three simple things you have to do to improve your intelligence, which are, the first one, the 2-minute rule. Well, yes, there is nothing much to do in it, but it's very simple. Just go through a habit, which is like reading one page of a book every single day, at least for a week. You have to, because if you won't do it, like, I'm going to give you an example, a very best example, one of my favorite example, which is, you start watching porn today. Until 7 days, you watch it. Likely, you watch more. So similarly, it's not just about porn. It's about habit. Yes, so now, coming back to the point, you are reading one page of a book. So when you do it for completely 7 days, every single day, likely, you'll want to read more. Your curiosity will burn up. It will rise, and you will be desiring to read more and do it more. So yes, this was the first rule, which was a 2-minute rule. And now moving on to the habit stacking. Well, habit stacking is not really critical thinking, but it is just pairing a new habit with your existing one. Like when you are going to listen to music, do one thing, read a book. Do both things at the same time, and this way, you're reading your book and you're even enjoying your music. Whereas the third is 5-hour rule. Well, as I said, do one thing for 1 hour every single day. Like something very interesting. Watch an educational video, learn a skill, do something every single day for 1 hour straight. You really have to take out your time and do it. Because, come on, let's be honest. If you have got no time to do such things, how the hell do you have time for chatting, for playing games in your mobile, for meeting your friends and enjoying your life? How can you have time for it when you can't have time for doing something valuable, something that could give value to your life? So yes, these are the 3 rules, just recapping them, revising again. The 2-minute rule, habit stacking, and the 5-hour rule. So now we have come over till here, which is we got to know the true meaning of atomic habits. We even got to know smarter you is going to, of course, come if you start gaining good habits, which are going to take time, but you will. Whereas even you discovered that you or smart habits can make you intelligent. But what now? You know what to do, but do you know how to stick to it? No, you don't know how to stick to it. You have to learn. So now coming up to the section 4, how to stick to habits. How to stick to habits. Well, there are two crucial things that you have to do it. Well, the first one is make it easy. Why and how? Well, make it easy because your brain won't allow you to do something or remind you to do something that you have never ever done. Well, as I've said, turning on and turning off the switch. You didn't just automate it. You learned it first and then you automated it. Well, similarly, for an example, let's come back to the book. Well, you have to read a book every single day and you're keeping the book somewhere in the corner where you don't even go. Well, now in the other scenario, you have kept your book on the dining table so that every single time you will have your meal on the dining table, you're going to see the book and your brain is automatically, your subconscious brain is going to automatically remind you that you have to read a book. It's very simple, very easy. So now you are not trying to remind yourself, whereas you have just kept it right in front of your eyes. So yes, keep things right in front of your eyes, really near you, where you always go or where you always sit or eat, so that you can remind yourself, so that your subconscious brain can remind yourself. Whereas the second part is make it rewarding. Well, you don't just do things and you don't just consume habits automatically. You do it because you are rewarding them. You're rewarding them with dopamine. When watching porn, it became a habit because you started enjoying it. Reading a book, you started enjoying it because you knew that you were going to learn something. You were never reading because you had nothing to do, but you read it because you knew there is something very important in it that you have to consume. So yes, keep things rewarding. Maybe even reward yourself every single week by giving yourself a treat, giving yourself a round of applause. So this is how you are going to make things and make your habits smarter, better, and applicable on yourself. And finally, I want to say, remember, intelligence is not at all about genetics. It's about consistent efforts. Start applying, start consuming one good habit today, and you are going to thank, your future self is going to thank you.